So let's hop to episode 1. The first not character creation episode. So this was
New Beginning.
The very same. So in New Beginnings, it was originally this was basically just a series of one-shots we just play a couple of times to have fun and for me to practice doing recordings and getting things technically tinkered. And I know we all went back and watched some of those, and like there's significant difference in the level of technical proficiency. I'm not going to say they sucked. I'm going to say they're better as a podcast, maybe, because I didn't have all my video figured out.
But yeah, starting at the beginning of the playlist and is definitely different than watching the newer episodes.
Right. So New Beginnings, we started like on graduation. We started with Struana, graduates from college, and realizes, oh God, it's a sandbox world. I don't have any quest givers anymore. Crap.
I think that's basically the first 3 episodes. It's me going, but where's the quest giver, Thomas? What the shit?
Well, in the beginning, like I dropped hooks everywhere, though. I mean, there was the fellow that was going south, the guy. There was your friends at the bar. There was which, by the way, is a black robe you got along with. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Right at the dinner, there were a couple like Bucklepin, asked you some leading questions, which was also me as the GM. We've done some of that in session 0, but me as the GM going, okay, where do we want to dash off to first? And then you did. You chose the city. You hopped on the ship, and
airship.
Yep. Yeah, episode 1, airship. Like, I popped that early. Why the hell not? No
end goal gets me a lot close. Like, the end goal at the time was, like, gets me a lot closer to these unexplored wilds. And that's still sort of Struana's, like, kind of like, well, at some point, this, like, weird quest, I don't even know what's going on here, but this is eventually going to be done, and I can just be like, okay, bye, and go off into the wilds like I swore I was going to do.
I do love that magical learning curve as you figure out you're not playing Skyrim anymore.
I mean, at least in Skyrim, I can put on God mode and, like, jump from the mouth of the throat of the world, you know.
Right.
There's no control mode in this.
I do tend to incorporate exterior ticking clock events that will move you, which happened in this case. You observed a pirate attack. You could have maybe convinced the captain to go rescue, go do something. You sent some supplies.
Yeah, we sent down a lifeboat essentially or something.
Right.
I have to go back and watch specifically that little bit, but it was the like, no, I'm gonna do inspiring speech stuff. We gotta help. It's that young out of college. I'm gonna save the world.
Right. And you said something to help. That was which you felt a little bit later after more episodes and more events. You're like, oh, there's one of those missing, huh? The episode ended where? That was, you had gotten to the magical ley line, and
we were going to go through it, or we just started going through it?
Yeah.
No, yeah. I think by then, no, I didn't quite have a beard by then. No, I did have a beard by then. It was really early on.
Right. Yeah. This was all. It was a setting and exposition session. It was me introducing you to the world. Painting a lot of pictures of how things worked, and got you a sense of kind of the pace of the world. had fun with your family. The bottle pins. Because the extra dwarf.
I'm so confused by Thomas building my family. It's just very not how you engage with people you're related to. What?
Dwarves. Well, the far-flung extended family.
Damn it! Even in games, she didn't get to choose her family.
I'm sure if I spent time going, here are some characters, it probably would have been fine, but I don't have any time. Who are we kidding?
So one thing that was fun in this one is the Twitter notebook that you actually have kept up on, and I think made a real Twitter account of this, like stuff that you tweet out to those friends in the bar that you had from college.
I liked the idea of the books, and I want to use them more effectively in the future. I just sort of keep forgetting that they exist. And also, every time I've asked something, there hasn't been any really good answers, or like, I don't know, one of those people needs to come to town or something.
Well, I will let you know in character, I may not have hit it super hard in the early sessions. The higher official rank you are as a bard, the more of those signatures and the more farther you get through your journey status, the better that book will be as a resource. Because they don't just answer every junior classman that gets spat out of college. Yeah, whatever. How important could this thing be?
But the combination of having two of them and having the one with, like, friends is potentially helpful also.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like the idea that she's keeping up with her college buddies, even if we're not role-playing that on screen as much.
Right. And as a GM, I've kept them in the back of my mind, what they might be doing, but I have no idea. I have no real idea. They'll definitely come up in the story again because they were fun.